Welcome back to Twice Half That.
Oi. I was looking at the volume levels. I said, yeah, the motherfucker got hella loud.
Oh, man.
So, what's up with everybody? Today, I'd like to start off by saying, Albert Pujols, this is your last year, you know.
And Yachty.
Yeah. Who?
Yachty.
Oh, wow, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And
possibly Wainwright. So all three of their big three may be retiring in the same offseason. I know Yachty and Pujols have said that it's their last.
Who was it? One player, he had mentioned how they're not
Machado.
they're not getting the same push that, or the farewell tour
that some of these other guys, most recently Mo Rivera and Derek Jeter.
Derek Jeter I could see, you know, and Rivera, you need to understand, you know, they want them to win, and Rivera was good. He also, I mean, in my opinion, calls went his way a little too much, you know, but he was good. It's kind of a very similar situation as to Jeter. It's like he got to 3,000 hits. The numbers are there to be a Hall of Famer, but if you look at the per season numbers, they're really good, but they're not this otherworldly level that, you know, a lot of us fans were made out to think they were. Go look up on YouTube. Someone did a video on Jeter. Really, does he deserve to be in the Hall of Fame? In my opinion, no, not really.
Well, the reason I think he probably does is the 3,000 hits and was it 5 rings? Like that. Yeah, that's kind of the. Well,
if you watch the video, homeboy, he shows that guy was really bad defensively.
Oh, he was terribly defensively.
He was just Mr. Yankee.
He had like 2 decent defensive seasons. Other than that, he was nowhere near the Gold Glove conversation.
And, you know, he was in there, in my opinion, more than he should have been. And not taking anything away from him. I mean, if you're going to get to 3,000 hits, it's not like that's an easy feat.
No, I mean, a lot of that's longevity, but that's something to be lauded too. So it's not this big crazy thing, but I think had he been a Pittsburgh Pirate or Kansas City Royal,
he wouldn't have been in the lineup.
Tampa Bay Ray, he wouldn't have been
protected by that lineup.
He wouldn't have been the same name that he was. I mean,
I don't think he would get to the amount of hits that he gets.
And let's say hypothetically, I mean, obviously you change one thing, it changes many, but hypothetically the numbers are exactly the same, but he's playing for the Pirates or, you know, the Royals or, you know, any one of these teams that's, you know, not it doesn't have the cachet of the New York Yankees.
Well, it ain't even the fucking cachet. It's literally the people that were put around him.
I'm just saying, taking his numbers, exactly the same numbers, but putting him in a smaller market, quote unquote, because anywhere that has a professional sports team is a large market. I hate hearing that argument. But put him on one of these other teams, he doesn't have the same level of notoriety that he does
the level of notoriety. It's, you know, if you don't have the people around you to pick you up or for you to knock people in, then
I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying
back on
because he's in the Hall of Fame based partly on his numbers and then the rings. But you take him off the Yankees and put him on one of these smaller market teams, quote unquote. He's not viewed widely as the captain. You know, he's not. He doesn't have that gravitas that Jeter carries with himself, having been a Yankee as opposed to a Pirate. And that's not to knock the Pirates.
Really,
these other markets are red.
What really blew it up is his fame, because he this isn't knocking the dude. He actually seems like a cool guy. It's more, you know, the a-hole A-Rod.
Yeah.
You know, he came in and he was just a jerk and an a-hole. And I mean, if you go and look at all the interviews with Jeter, I mean, homeboy is super laid back. He's the proto Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Steph Curry just got, more charisma, and, Jeter was just
it's almost like Curry's a little more extroverted, where
Jeter just wanted to play.
Yeah.
I just want to play. Please get the camera out my face.
Kind of more like Clay.
Well, and he
kind of more like Clay.
Yeah, and he comes from an era where, remember, cameras weren't all in baseball, weren't in any
that's
player's
a relatively
like
new
thing. And I'm getting tired of it. Watching the post game and the questions that were being launched at the Celtics head coach, I'm like, what is this, amateur hour?
In a lot of cases, you're one notch above amateur.
What's going on here? These questions they're asking this dude are garbage. Like, remember when you had literally all the people from like the 2000s era? Those were some of the best sports writers in all of the nation.
Because they weren't just sports writers; they were good journalists. Period. That specialized in sports.
And now,
where it's like now, I feel like a lot of it is people getting jobs that are like you and me, where we're sitting here just bullshitting on camera and on audio, or writing a blog or something like that, and they just use those because they're already doing it for whatever, instead of getting people who went to journalism school.
Well,
and not just went to journalism school. You could go to journalism school and be garbage and still graduate. All you got to do is pass. It doesn't mean you're good. These were quality journalists. And it's a lot of the questions a lot of times.
I do like the former players coming. They bring a whole new perspective. I love listening to
certain ones. There's some that aren't good.
Talk. That is, you could tell, if you have any, bit of intelligence, you can tell when it's two friends jabbing at each other, and then you could see it's two friends like, I'm gonna die on this hill.
Yeah.
F you, motherfucker. And then it makes it funny. Because you're legit like, I'm no longer watching the show. I'm watching two friends argue with each other, and then sit there and get super heated. Put it on the books. 4 cases to do, and then you'll see Skip lose it. 8. Put your money where your mouth is, and it's funny. It's hilarious. But listening to a Hall of Famer, say things that you're like, ooh, that's a perspective. Most of us don't.
Well, and that's one of the nice things about hearing. And not all former players are good on camera.
It's a hard thing.
They're just not. They're not Tarkers like me.
Yeah, Tarker's hard. Talking, on the other hand,
it's quite simple.
Yeah, if you could do it right. But that could be difficult too.
But there's some that are just fantastic, and then have good chemistry with their other on-camera personality or cohorts. And Skip and Shannon's a great one. Another one is the NBA on TNT one.
Yeah. Oh man, dude, Chuck and Shaq.
I mean, that's
the
and then you got
standard.
You got Eddie,
all of them there.
Yeah,
all of them there. They're the gold standard. They're really good, and you can tell they care about each other. And you have 2 Hall of Famers.
And Kenny wasn't a slouch either.
Oh no, Kenny's been around the block. He's called
why am I drawing
many
a blank on his name now?
Kenny Blankachip.
No, not Kenny Smith. The other dude. Oh my god.
Who is? Damn, I'm John.
Oh my god, I feel so bad because he holds that whole show together.
How am I spacing? It's whatever. You'll look for him.
I'm looking it up right now. So
those people.
Ernie Johnson,
Jesus.
That
Ernie
dude.
Banks, he is fantastic. No, that guy, he is
Ernie
really
Johnson.
Good.
So you got 2 Hall of Fame basketball players. Who, say what you will about Chuck, a lot of it I think is for show.
Chuck, you need to understand, Chuck knows how to work people. He's the closest thing we have to an old school wrestling heel. He knows exactly what to say.
And he leans into it.
Yeah, man. When he was at the, what was it? One of the games for the Warriors when they were home and they beat the Mavs. You know what he was saying? He was reveling in people saying, "Shut up, Chuck," or whatever.
Chuck, you suck.
Yeah, Chuck, you suck.
And then to add to it, Shaq sits there and eggs him on and gets the whistle and is saying, it's great. It's a great shtick. And they're very insightful.
Yeah, it's very entertaining.
They're very insightful. Like, with all their joking aside, what they're telling you is real shit.
And, whoever picks up Tony Romo for commentary, like, legit.
He's another one. He really did.
If he learns how to interject comedy, he's the closest thing we have to Madden.
Yeah.
Because
he truly breaks it down.
He'll tell you shit before it happens because he's up there and he's like, man, I could see it now.
Yeah.
I would, if I was a team, I would immediately try and swoop him up for coordinator position because you could put him even in defense and he could read an offense quite well. So, at least an assistant for a couple years, he's worth the money. He really is.
But yeah,
but no. The Muppets. Waka waka.
Who wants to hear a funny ass joke?
Family Guy. What are you saying?
But having a Chuck and Shaq, two Hall of Famers.
Shaq Attack.
Fucking Kazam. Steel,
yeah. Steel, man, that was good. If you're going to remake a movie, do Steel. That was a good one. I like that. You can bring back that concept. You even bring it back with Shaq. I'll take that. That would be good.
I'll take it. Have fun with it. It ain't going to win an Oscar.
It doesn't need to.
Exactly. If it's entertaining, it wins.
Shaq could just be the old mentor.
The old man. Who was it in that?
And then it's
been so long since I've seen it.
He'll do a lot of his own stunts. He showed up on that garbage wrestling. What's it? AEW.
AEW. Yeah.
And they squandered that. That's such a waste. Wrestling used to be good back in like the.
And right now, AEW has a huge window because Vince is just dismantling.
He's old. It's bloated. I stopped watching when. 2006? I stopped watching it right before Stone Cold left. And if what he left for was a good reason. He knew that Brock was going to be the dude of the future. He was already injured and messed up, but
he was ready to hand it off to The Rock, which he did.
Not to The Rock. It's to Brock.
No, I'm saying he handed off to The Rock, and then The Rock left. Oh, yeah.
No, The Rock was his own thing. By the time The Rock started coming about, he became his own thing. And
I was watching the Stone Cold...
Oh, no, well, he handed it off, but he was also injured. When he came back, he was still the highest paid dude.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm talking about he was handing off the stardom to him, and then The Rock left and did his own thing, and he handed it off to Brock.
No, he was not handing shit off. It was, you have to take this belt from me. The Rock just had exploded because, Stone Cold's so good, he knew how to put people over.
He took him under his wing.
Yeah. Well, you could see it. When you're a wrestler, you're like, that kid's going to be good. And, people don't realize.
And he comes from... you look at his family tree, and
Oh, yeah, his dad... His
grandpa, his cousins, his fucking uncles.
But a lot of it was, if you look right before Stone Cold became big, they had him doing stupid crap.
Yeah.
And it was when he finally was all like, you know what, screw it, I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to interject me into it a lot more. And that's where you got the rattlesnake.
What was it, the biography on him or whatever?
They're going to omit a lot of that stuff.
Oh, they definitely do, but he talks about it.
Yeah, he does, but
he talks about like the list of names they gave him, and he was rattling off some of them, and it was just like, garbage. What the yeah.
They are garbage. And it's gimmick. That's what
well, and really that's what all the personas are gimmicks. So But you also got to play into the strengths.
Well, and back in the day, back in the territory days, before wrestling is, what we grew up knowing. Anybody our age grew up knowing WCW and WWF. Not really. ECW hadn't come about.
Well, no, ECW was around.
They were
but
around,
it was
they were
very
they
small.
were tiny. Yeah, it was Philadelphia. That's where they were. The other ones they had been around for quite some time, and they had a following for a long time. Vince comes from wrestling,
his dad
pedigree. His dad owned the New York territory, and the way it used to work was everybody, you had this talent, and you trade. Hey, let me get what's his name? Let me get Andre the Giant.
The different territories,
weeks, and then I'll give you this guy.
Acted as like sports teams almost.
Yeah, only not even. You can't even say that. They acted more like. More like
city-states.
Yeah, not even city-states. They acted, it's a hard thing to say. They acted more like schools within a district that, would have stellar teachers who just happen to be the subs go from school to school, and you just traded that teacher for, hey, let me get them for 2 weeks. I really need to catch my kids up on something, and they're the best at it. Let me, send them up here. And then when you need, X person who's really good at X subject, I'll send them down when you need it. All right, that actually works out. I could work something in to where there's a lull, and you can build up a story, and honestly, Hollywood, you need to go back and watch some of the old wrestling footage and go to some of these podcasts, Jim Cornette for one, and learn how to build up a heel.
That's something that AEW should do to really blow up.
They did. And actually, that's funny. They one of the guys, Bruce Pritchard or some dude who's in the wrestling scene, he said that Jim Cornette could not help AEW. He doesn't know the fan base, and I'm not sure if he said his shit's old and antiquated, or basically he couldn't help him. And I agree, he can't help him because Tony Khan refuses to listen. I think he hired him as a consultant in the beginning, and Jim was all like, well, I'll do a couple things. Told him what's up, and dude didn't listen. And I've watched one or two. It's garbage. I can't get into it. It's the people you have on there, they're not even third rate. I'm like, it's bad. I'm not saying WWF is doing any better. Well, and I'm going to call them WWF because that's what I grew up with. So when I say it, it's WWE.
I remember when it first changed over, I'm like, what the fuck is WWE?
Yeah,
what is that? What are you talking about?
This is wrestling, dude. This isn't entertainment. This is because you're not. It's not entertaining at any point, at any time. It's just garbage. I can't get into it. Finisher is supposed to. I finished you. You're done. The only time it should work is when me and you are, I'm a heel, you're a babyface. We're going at it so hard. You're so pissed off with me. This is a 3-year battle we got. You're finally tired
and it's
of
a pay-per-view.
I hit you, yes. WrestleMania. I hit you with the belt. You go down. Now I'm gloating. Every time I hit him with the belt, he goes down. That's a finisher. And then I hit him with my finisher. You refuse to go down. Obviously, I'm gloating too much. You get up, and then you fuck me up. Oh, he has the belt. That's when you break a finish. Not 18 times
in one match.
Because Johnny dipshit over here wants to seem tough. It's like, that's not how you do it. I heard I think it was Jim Cornette tell a story about the Big Show being put over by Stone Cold. And basically, McMahon told Stone Cold in the stands, before the show gets started, before anybody's there, you're going to lose to Big Show. And Stone Cold was like, no, I'm not losing to Big Show. I'll put him over, but I ain't losing to homeboy. That ain't happening on a untelevised, or maybe it was televised.
No, I think it was televised, but it was like a small.
In Europe. It was in Europe. And he's like, I ain't doing that. Europe's these venues make us money. But he was all like, dude, this not the time. This is really not the time. I'll put him over. And they're going at, and he said, you're gonna make it happen. And Stone Cold argued with him, won, and told him what the finish is going to be is I'm going to stun him, and then, he's going to go down. 1, 2, 3, match is over. So they go at it. It's coming towards the end of the match, right before, he stuns him. He goes down. It gets to, I think, like 2 count, maybe 2.5. That means Homeboy's hand is coming down, and, or 1.5 is when Stone Cold tells Big Show, kick out. And Big Show's like, what? And he said, kick out. Big Show kicks out. Remember, Big Show's a lot bigger.
He's a big man.
Than Stone Cold. So he kicks out. They get up again. Stuns him again. Boom. Curls him up. Again. Kick out. He kicks out again. He stuns him like 7 times. Then finally, he's able to, get him, get the victory. And then when finally that third one comes down, he was like, the house exploded. I grabbed my beers, drank my stuff, walked out, and then when, Big Show got up, all like, bah! The crowd lost it. They were like, oh, this guy's a motherfucking maniac. Because, I remember him when he came over as the Giant.
Yeah.
And I was like,
he was a Giant in WCW.
Why did they change his name? And again, that's because McMahon's an a-hole, and he wants to own your persona. He doesn't.
And that's
want
what happens
is
he owns whatever persona you are.
You helped make that
on that.
And, he has too many Hollywood writers. We don't, they don't understand what wrestling needs.
No, wrestling is a small episode. Man. Each fight is a small episode, each match.
Everything is always
It's not this long movie, it's a small episodes that are somewhat interconnected.
And it needs to be entertaining, because I've been to one show. I forgot how we got the tickets, but I got...
your cousin.
No, yeah, Michael got 4 tickets, and he was with his little girlfriend at the time, and he goes, I got 4 tickets, this is hella last minute, who do you know that could go? And I was like, hey, let's go. We both liked wrestling at the time, so we went, and we enjoyed it. Dude, he got sick.
Oh my god. So little side note here. So this was right after Thanksgiving. This was the Saturday after Thanksgiving, I think.
It's like 2004,
3 or 4,
2005. No, yeah, 2003 or 2004.
Yeah, it was 2003 or 2004. Right after Thanksgiving. I think it's the Saturday after Thanksgiving. Apparently,
it's wicked out.
Apparently, I got a little sick following Thanksgiving.
Got hella sick.
Like, oh my god. So I'm not feeling good all day leading up to this. He hits me up. Hey, dude, you want to go? Hell yeah, why not? I'm not doing nothing. Feeling like crap all day. My mom's brings me home some pizza from Goat Hill Pizza,
that's good. It's very good.
I remember where the pizza was from. I don't think it's even there anymore. But brings the pizza. Scarf. Ooh. I feel
maybe
good.
I shouldn't have did that.
Yeah, like nearly instant regret. Run to the bathroom. Done. All right, cool. I think I'm good.
We're on the model diet.
But, in general, if I throw up, usually one time, done, good. All right, so I'm thinking, and this is like right before they roll up to pick me up.
Yeah, this was super last. When I say last minute,
like
I
it
mean
was
within like
a couple
hour
hours.
Or two,
yeah. So I'm like, all right, perfect timing. I just yacked. I'm good. It's out of my system. Let's go have fun.
And for those of you familiar with the area, we went. It took place at the Cow Palace.
Which historic building. Awesome. Not too far from where I was living.
No, yeah, it was super close.
So we get there. We're all having a good time. His cousin's over there with his little girl. Me and this motherfucker are just sitting there watching.
There's hella seats. We're like, man.
Yeah, we got space. We got like rows. We're good. So I'm like, all right, I'm kind of a little hungry because what I just ate didn't sit with me for very long. Go down to the stand, get some soda and probably some nachos or something.
Yeah, we went and got something. That's where I got my Stone Cold shirt.
Nice. So we go back to the seat. I'm eating, and just yeah. Just get up, bolt. I don't know where the bathrooms are. And this is an old building. So, mind you, the Cow Palace is built in the 50s, 60s. It's an older building, and it hasn't had a lot of work, like renovations done to it.
It is really still that old of a building.
Yeah. So the bathrooms, it's not like modern buildings where there's bathrooms everywhere. There's like 6 in the whole complex.
You gotta search for them.
Finally find one just in time. Nachos, right back out. I'm like, God damn it. So go back to the seat, and meanwhile they're sitting there like his cousin asked him like,
I didn't even trip. Yeah, it's a good 45 minutes. I'm watching the matches. I'm like, I like live. Live's pretty cool. It's pretty some cool shit. And then my cousin's all like, hey, where's Anthony? And I was like, what? And then I looked, I was like, oh, damn, he's been gone for hella long, huh? Where'd that motherfucker go? And oh, well, we'll see when he gets back.
Pretty much.
If not, he knows how to get home. It's not that far.
No, really.
It's a decent little walk. Maybe like 2 miles.
Mile and a half, 2 miles,
yeah. Not that much.
Finally get back. I'm sitting there just kind of like irritated. But, trying to have a good time. So I'm drinking the soda because I don't want to eat anything else.
Pounding this soda.
Yeah.
And you can tell, when you're about to barf, you get like hella salivated. You can tell that was happening because first he's spitting a lot and then he takes a sip. Take a sip. Take a sip. Look over at me like,
So, the whole show ends. We're walking off and I start feeling it. Oh, God.
He's drinking a Coke, a very large Coke.
Yes.
This is before, we had all these fat people complaining about larges being too large and it doesn't help them lose weight. So it was like
it was like a bucket.
It was huge.
They're walking. I'm like, I peel off. I'm not going to make it to the bathroom.
He not even peel off, dude. It was like a little very.
And then, there's a garbage can I was trying to get to, and I just. All cold soda.
Straight foam. It just looked like...
Well, it wasn't even foam. That was later. But it was just cold soda everywhere.
Spraying.
But, I gotta say, if you're gonna vomit, cold soda's way to go. Ooh, it was soothing. It wasn't that burning, just rupture hellfire coming through your throat.
Painting the floor.
That entire soda was on that floor.
It was a walking barf. He's like, and then walk a couple.
It was like Exorcist. It was just.
My eyes were watering. I was crying hella hard. Just make my eyes water now. That shit was hilarious.
So,
Mike was all like, oh man, I gotta speed up. And what made it so funny was, first off, he's Ralphing. 2, like, if I see someone Ralphing, it'll take a second, but then I'll start Ralphing. Michael will definitely start Ralphing. And then, I don't know what it is. It's like a familial thing. If I see him or my elder sister start barfing, it's fucking 2 seconds behind. I'm going. So I start laughing because he starts taking off, and I can see he's like, oh, he's about to blow chunks, and he doesn't want to do it with his girl right there. And then on top of that, he knows that it'll be a shitty feedback loop because then he'll get going, then I'll go, and then he'll go, and then he'll see him going, and then it'll just be.
It's an endless loop.
It'll be, and it's happened before. It's happened before to me, him, and my older sister. God, that was hilarious. But it was, oh man, it was funny, and he's just painting. I'm surprised, we're like, what? 13, 14?
No, we're like 15.
People are just watching 14, us walk by, and he just... And then no adults are like, hey, are you alright, kid? Motherfucker just... And then we get outside and it was like, you done? And so I'm like, yeah, now that I'm out in the fresh air and barf will just wash away, I'm done. I'm good. Let's go.
And then we go back to my house. He sleeps over. We're chilling. I think I got up like 4 times that night. At least 4 times at night.
And just route.
And so the way my room was set up, I was downstairs. You walk out, we're in the garage. I'm right out the backyard. I don't go to the bathroom. I just book it right in the grass. Dude, by like after the 3rd or 4th time, I'm dry heaving. There's nothing.
Shut up! I can't sleep.
Man, but from that moment until 2013-ish, I didn't vomit. I went like 10 years without vomit. I know that's not true for you.
No,
because like 2 years later we went to Arizona.
Oh yeah, man! Before we get to that story, let me tell you the Boys and Girls Club barf story. All right, now it's actually I think around the same. No, I think it's like a year later, and actually it could be that summer. Whatever.
Because I think the wrestling was I think Thanksgiving sophomore year.
When did I stop working at the Boys?
I think after our junior year.
Yeah. Actually, my sophomore year was the last time I worked there. So it was in the summer. We're done with our shift. You know, it's hot. It's been hella fun. We've been running around with the kids, you know, playing, you know, a whole bunch of different games, and, you know, now we're off. The 3 of us, me, my sister, and my cousin Michael, were out, and the Polenta man's right there, the ice cream dude. So we're all like, oh yeah, let's get some ice cream. We get some, we're all effing it up. Yeah, we're effing it up. We eat it all, and then it's hot. It's real hot. And if you've watched Anchorman, you know
milk was a bad choice.
Milk can be a really bad choice when it's hot. You know, and did I? No, I didn't have any hot chips that day. Just running around, not too much water. Pound that, not the cone, but the bigger cone, like the super cone, whatever they call it, the king size.
Yeah.
So eat all that. Both my cousin and my sister down theirs, and then, you know, we're running around doing, I forget, I think we were playing pickle. And if you're not familiar with that, it's a baseball game.
It's almost like Monkey in the Middle.
Yeah, you have 2 people.
Except for someone's in the middle, you got 2 people on either side trying to get the person in the middle.
In a rundown.
Throwing a ball back and forth, trying to tag the person in the middle.
And then you're trying to get to the base. So we're playing that. Fantastic idea. Right after you eat ice cream. So, you know, everything
on a hot day, on an empty stomach, without much water.
Yeah. So everything's just, you know, it starts to bubble. And then my older sister, when she's about to barf, like, she has these epic burps that just like
trying to release any pressure before you have to evacuate. But
it's almost like she's a air compressor. Her ass like sucks in air, gets compressed, and then she just and you're just like, dude, you want to.
She turns into a foghorn.
You're just like, man, that was fantastic, and like you can hear it when it's the barf burp, because it's almost like it's audibly, it's like you can hear something mechanically like, come on, come out, and then you're like, oh man, she is just seconds away. Then the second one, and right at the end of it, and she just chunks. You could see it flowing out, and I start laughing super hard. Michael starts laughing super hard. She stops. She starts laughing. Then she starts barfing again. Then we all start laughing. Then Michael's thinking, you know, when you laugh so hard, you get to the point, if I don't stop, I'm gonna barf. That happened, and then he looked at her barf, and then he started blowing chunks, and then he had to stop to breathe and laugh, and then she has to stop to breathe and laugh, and I'm at this point, I'm laughing hard as hell, just rolling, and then and then I just start going in for a good, I don't know, minute. it's just her, him, me. The only time we stop barfing is to literally laugh, which makes it worse. And then you start barfing more, and then we're at the end, and it looks horrible. My dad comes out, saying, "What the fuck's going on, man? What the hell are you guys doing out here?" Then he walks down the block a little bit, and he's like, "Dude, this is disgusting." There's barf all around the tree where we were doing it. There's barf in the goddamn off the curb. There's barf on the sidewalk. There's barf in another tree. It's all like, man, what are you guys doing? We're just rolling. It was hella funny. God, that was hilarious. I wish we would have had that on film, because it was both disgusting and funny as hell. And then the other time that I barfed like crazy was when we went to Arizona for giant
so yeah, so here's another story. Senior year. No, that was 06.
No, yeah, 06.
It was spring.
Yeah, and then we went the year after we graduated.
So if you watched or listened to our show,
didn't we say that
a couple weeks ago? No, we were talking about the time we went with Roger with the barbecue place.
The barbecue.
So if you listened a couple episodes ago, or watched if you watched or listened a couple episodes ago, we talked about a story where we went to this barbecue place that was not a barbecue place.
Look it up. I want to shame this place. This place is horrible.
So that was the year after this story. So our senior year of high school, for spring training, me and him get tickets, fly down, have a motel room a mile and a half away from
that motel
the stadium.
Was banging.
Right? Like, it had, it was like one of those like long-term ones, because it had like a living room, a little kitchenette, 2 beds, like all like set up. Like it had rooms. Cool. But I mean, it was perfect.
You could get pissed and just literally go into the little living room and pull out the sofa bed.
Yep.
You were cool. Hold on, I gotta blow my nose.
Oh, evacuation time.
Yeah, I ain't gonna do it on this.
He has some serious mucus issues.
Snap.
But yeah, so our senior year of high school, I think my mom had a bunch of like miles on one of her cards or something like that. Damn, I could hear you on that. If you heard that in the distance, that was him blowing his nose.
It's my trumpet.
But yeah, so I think my mom had like miles on one of her credit cards. So she's like, my mom and stepdad were gonna go off on a trip, which if we ever have my stepdad on, I'll have him tell you the story about that trip.
Oh yeah, that was fantastic.
that might, if that takes off, that might be the reason the show takes off, that story.
That's a good story.
But so they're gonna go do something. We're like, my stepdad and I had started making that a regular thing, going to spring training. She has miles, so she's like, I'll get you guys the tickets. We got a motel room like a mile and a half away. Because mind you, neither of us have a license at this time. We can't rent a car. So let's get a place close enough to walk, but also not hella expensive. Boom. Cool. First off, this whole trip, I mean, hell, I could probably spend the rest of this time talking about this trip. So, mind you, we're in the Bay Area. So, we start our trip at SFO. Fly from SFO to Portland.
Our destination is Phoenix, Arizona.
So we fly to Portland from San Francisco for an overnight layover. Mind you,
8-hour layover.
By the time we land, the Portland airport is a ghost town.
There's
a couple janitors off in the distance. That's it. Nothing open. No food. No nothing. We find this little sitting area, and my dumbass is like, oh, call that chair.
Dude.
Worst
this
decision.
Couch was like 4, maybe at best, 4.5 feet long. And he calls dibs on it. Like, and treats it like it was a major victory. Like, dude, you're gonna be hella uncomfortable. Just sleep on the floor. And he's like, no, why? Then you're gonna get the couch. I don't want the couch. What the fuck are you talking about? It's just gonna be hella uncomfortable.
And the entire time we're there's one show on just loop on ESPN.
Oh, Bobby Knight.
It was
and his
little like
the show that
reality show.
Yeah, with the basketball players. Oh my God, I hated Bobby Knight after that.
Yeah, I couldn't stand
Not
the man
even because of how he treated his players, because of that show.
And it was the same episode
over and over
and over.
ESPN, I fucking hate you for that, you turd.
And then, so, I wake up after a terrible night's sleep, if you want to even call it that.
Which
nap.
was literally like an hour and a half after he went to sleep.
And I'm hungry. I mean, mind you, I'm 17, 18 at this time. I need to eat, and I was a bit of an athlete back then.
He was like this the entire time. He woke up several times, hella pissed off. Dude, lay on the floor. Just lay on the floor. It's not like it's super comfortable, but it's a lot more. No! All right, whatever.
I had my mind set up. That couch is where it was. So, we wake up and it's just like, all right, we got 2 hours before our flight boards or whatever it was. I see stuff starting to open up. All right, cool. And we were posted up right across from Wendy's.
And Wendy's said it opened at
like 8 or whatever it was.
No, it was at like
7 or
6.
So whatever it was, yeah. It said it opened then. They're there all setting up and shit, and I'm just standing there. And I'm standing there. And I'm standing there. I look over at him and just give him the straight death stare.
I could see him from where we were sitting. This is his eyes when he's he's awake, right? Just gets awake. He's sitting there waiting. 2 minutes pass. 5 minutes pass. 6 minutes pass. 7 minutes pass. 20 minutes pass. He's sitting there like this. I could see it from the side. And then he turns to me and he's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, hey, I guess they're not open, huh? And he's sitting there and never does this. Starts knocking on the goddamn table. Are you open?
Never do that because it usually,
they ain't go open now.
Finally get my goddamn food.
Oh, dude, it took them forever.
So, mind you, I finally get to order. I'm the first one in line. I finally get to order like 35 minutes after they opened, quote unquote, opened. And then it takes me another like 25 minutes to get my damn food. And I'm like, dude, our plane's about to start boarding. Finally get my food. We get on the plane. And after the flight, I was about ready to kill the kid behind me.
Just kept kicking
my seat. So we weren't sitting right next to each other. I was aisle. We were sitting next to each other. I was aisle in the row above. He was window, I think, in the row behind.
No, I was middle.
Were you middle?
There was some douche who's got the window. But
oh, okay. So, anyways, we're not in the same row. He's middle behind me. I'm aisle in front of him. And the kid next to him just keeps kicking my fucking chair. And mind you, we slept maybe...
No, I was in front of you. You were in back of me, and that kid was in back of you.
No, because I thought...
I had his
whatever
his
it was.
Dad next to
yeah.
me. And you had his dad next to
and
you.
And I think his uncle or whatever.
Yeah, and I had his prick-ass uncle next to me in the aisle seat. God, they were a-holes.
But
it's
yeah,
6 in the morning. Yeah, we're getting on the plane now.
Going to like a hockey tournament in Phoenix or some shit like that.
Everyone on the plane is like half asleep.
And mind you, we just slept at the airport and probably got, big air quotes on that one, probably maybe cumulatively 2.5 hours of sleep. Not straight sleep, but maybe cumulatively. The kid's kicking my seat the whole damn time, and I'm just... it's just boiling. It's just festering. Like I will.
That kid was so stupid.
But yeah, so the two grown adult males with this child are yelling and just overly boisterous the entire flight. And so mind you, we started at SFO. Now we're in Portland. Now we're on our way to Phoenix. So instead of it being like a 90-minute flight from SFO, it's like a 2-hour flight from Portland. But
God,
so
that was horrible.
We finally land.
Longest 2 hours of my life.
God, finally land. Get a cab. Boom, to our motel.
Hotel Holiday Inn.
They're not ready for us to check in.
Oh yeah, man! And it was past checkout.
So they're not ready.
Was it? No, we got there. We were too early.
We got there early, so it wasn't their fault. But they're not ready for us. Mind you, we planned this whole thing out. We're only gonna be there for like 3 days, 2-3 days. I think it was 2 days. Whatever. Like leave on the 3rd. We have it planned out. We're going to a game that day. That started relatively soon. It's like,
I think it was a 12:35 start.
Something like that, or 1:05, something like that. So we're there, and it's just like, oh, fuck, what are we going to, luckily, and then I can't find my damn identification. I was using my passport. I couldn't figure out where it was. I finally found that.
Oh, yeah, I was like, dude.
Yeah, like, all right, what are we about to have to do? Like, so we got that figured out. They were cool enough, like, you know what? It's not ready for you, but you can put your bags in this storage room. And we'll keep them for you, because I was like, we got to go to this game. Like, we came down here for this reason. That works out. We book it,
Walk the 1.5 miles.
Luckily, it was like a straight shot. I think it was like a block and a half.
Yeah, we walked in, man. Yeah.
There was one block that had to be like close to a mile long.
We were like, what the fuck, dude? We've been walking on this motherfucker for hella long.
But, we book it, go to the game, have a good time. Cool. Go back. Finally get to check in. Find out, like, get in the room. It's like, that's a cool-ass little room. Like,
yeah, it was.
I like that.
We explained it.
And so, we, young men, we go over, get a bunch of junk food. I think we got pizza.
Yeah, we got pizza.
By the second night, the table in the room was just covered with...
we were like, man, we got to clean this. This looks horrible.
Yeah.
We haven't even been here that long.
But the whole thing... And then, we're not eating healthy.
Fuck you, pizza's healthy.
That's true. It does cover most of the food groups.
Covers all of them. It's real stuff.
But we're supposed to go meet up with my stepdad's sister and go get some food. He's over here pounding ice cream and hot Cheetos. So the whole reason we even got on this story was to get to this part of it. And then there's actually some more good stuff after.
I had a $1 bag, and then
which is now the
$35 bag.
Yeah, basically it's the $2.29 or whatever it is, and it had more when it was 99 cents. But yeah, so he had hot Cheetos, and I think it was like a drumstick or something.
That was the same drumstick that I barfed.
So I'll let you tell this part.
So,
this is you.
Yeah, where were we going? We got the pizza, and then it was like, oh, we need drinks, and I think there was a 7-Eleven down there.
7-Eleven or some sort of like.
So we go down
thing.
there, and
it's warm.
I had already eaten a bag of hot chips. We go in there. I buy, we buy our sodas and shit. I think 2 liters of Coke, and then because we had a mini fridge and a pretty decent mini fridge.
Yeah, it was like one of those like.
It was a medium fridge. Yeah. And then we're coming back, and I eat the little bag of hot chips. I'm like, nom, 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 that's good. And it's like, time to F this ice cream up. Mind you, I know this combination should not happen. We're on vacay, and that brain is back in San Francisco. Right brain controls all our actions now. I F that ice cream up. I mean,
dude, that thing was gone.
Pounded that.
Yeah.
I was like, man, it's hot.
I look over, I'm like, damn, dude.
He's like, dude, I'm still like a quarter of the way done with mine. I'm over here like the end of it. Like, I remember it too. We were passing by that gas station. And I was like, oh man, this is hella good. And I remember right before I put it in my mouth, I looked to the right, and I was like, damn, she got ass. And I took a bite, and then you looked, and you were like, damn, and damn near every dude in that gas station. It was like, once I said it, they were all like, what? And they looked,
Census.
Man. It was really nice. Good job, lady. Keep up the good work. And we're walking back, and like right as we almost like it was a barrier, right as we passed that wall.
And it was like halfway down the block to get into our motel.
We're not that far, and we're on the ground floor. I'm like, oh fuck. This is not good. And when you're feeling nauseous and it like you kind of start to feel it come on. Nope, it's all in the back of my throat, and I'm like, oh man, this isn't good. We go in, and
he beelines it for the toilet.
Not yet. We go in there, and I'm feeling green. I'm starting to feel real green. I'm like, all right, we're not going anywhere. Right as I have that thought, take a little bit of water in the bathroom. This guy goes, all right, Roger's sister's coming to pick us up. And I'm like, what? She's going to buy us something to eat. I was like, oh, man.
And it was at Wendy's. I remember that. We went to Wendy's.
I love Wendy's. She goes, you want some? I'm like, nope, I don't want anything.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, get something.
I'm like, dude, I'm not getting a fucking thing. And she's like, you all right? And she just had a baby. So it's like, her mom senses were starting to come in. She looked at me. She was like, you all right? Starting to look a little green there, buddy. Like, you started to look a little messed up. I'm like, oh, yeah. Getting to that part, and he's just sitting there. I think Chris Farley eating fries in the get off my back, I'm losing weight. That skit, and he just effing it up, and I'm like, oh man, I must have looked like someone who just did heroin. I'm over there. Oh man, I don't feel good. So she's laughing. She's like, all right. We go, and mind you, this is both of us our first time meeting her.
No, I had met her before.
You met her before?
Yeah.
So it was my first time. Great first impression. So we get back, and when we get back, I don't know what's in hot chips. I don't know what preservatives they put in ice cream, but it's like they joined and then started like fluffing up in my stomach. And the amount I barfed a straight solid stream of just hot chip and ice cream. Straight. He's in the room. Now the door is shut. And he's like, damn, I can hear it hit the water. And it was like, how when you hear like solid turds hit the water, it's like boom, boom. That's the sound it made. Water came up, but there was so much barf going into the toilet, and it was neat too. It was straight funneled right in there, straight from my mouth, right into the tube, right into the bowl. Whoa, I was like, no sound. That's how thick it was. No air bubbles. I was just like, and then it came out. It was like when Cartman shat out his mouth. That's almost like how it came out. I was like, oh man, this is gonna suck. Like 5 minutes later, we're all done. I finish, I'm brushing my teeth. I come out. I was hella hungry. There was nothing to eat. So grab some hot chips, grab a pizza, scarf it down. I'm not lying. That's literally what I did. And then it was like,
true story.
What's on TV? I was good though. I didn't throw up anymore. So the pizza worked and the hot chips. Just I skipped the ice cream. Must have been the Coke. But dude, don't mix.
It's a lethal combination.
Yeah. Now I can. I mix them all the time. It's cool. My system got used to it. It's better. But yeah, that was bad. And wait till we get Stan on, and we're gonna have him tell you guys his Hawaii shit story. That one is... Stop clapping. That's a killer.
Oh my God.
That's a hilarious story.
That is fucking hilarious.
Nothing's funnier than uncontrollable poo. And oh God.
Well, and then the Arizona story gets even better. Like, I think we left the following day or the day after that. Come home. We're gonna go to my place because my mom and stepdad aren't around, so we're just gonna chill there.
Well,
it's our spring break.
Yeah, we got home late, so it was still spring break, and I was all like, do I want to go? Like, why go home when...
Yeah.
Actually, and Bart didn't run that late at that time. So...
Mind you, too. So, our return flight, Phoenix to Portland to SFO.
Yeah, it wasn't
a long layover though. It was like an hour and a half, 2 hours. It was like, all right, I can deal with this. So we were in Portland chilling, getting ready, getting closer to flight time. Flight gets pushed again. There's a massive storm.
That's right.
There's a massive storm in the Bay Area.
Oh, man.
There's a massive. So our flight was supposed to leave at like 3:30. It's like 6 now, and it keeps getting pushed. And
every adult around us just was like, "Fuck this," and they went and got other flights. And me and him were just like,
"Yeah, just like."
They're like, "There's nothing we can do for you. This is your connecting." We're just like, damn it.
Finally.
And we're broke, so.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have a lot of money yet, So there's finally a window. And they even said, if we have to push it one more time, we're just going to cancel it till tomorrow.
And we're like, oh, God, please don't do that.
Yeah. Like, and there was like a moment before it even got to this point, like after the first one, I looked at him just like, no.
Like, no. Don't you fucking dare.
No. So there's finally a window. There's a window that they feel we could get through. So we get on the plane, we take off, flying back.
5 people on the plane.
Yeah, it's a pretty empty plane.
They're like, you go anywhere you want. We're like, yeah.
We get back down here to the Bay Area. We have to circle.
We circled for about
25, 30 minutes. We circled.
It felt like fucking 45 minutes.
It felt like a fucking hour and a half after everything.
Like, come on.
So there's finally a window.
Was fun though. Turbulence was awesome.
There's finally a window. They land. Now we're sitting on the tarmac. There's no gate available. We sit on the tarmac for like 25 minutes. We literally got delayed in every possible manner on this flight. So it's just one of those ones where it's just like, I'm ready to get home. I need to go home. We go down, we get our, like, we didn't even check bags. All our stuff was carry on. We get off.
We go to Bart's closed.
Bart's closed, so we get a taxi. So, mind you,
it's pouring rain.
Dumping
everywhere.
Like, it is torrential. It is torrential.
You're gonna hydroplane no matter where you are.
Mind you, and the driver, I don't know why he takes the route he does. I don't know if he was trying to fleece us for an extra 50 cents, whatever.
Mind you, this is an African dude from Africa at the time, was experiencing a severe drought. Homeboy's driving through the rain.
Dude, he is doing like 90.
It is biblical.
Or at least it seemed like it.
He must have been doing at least 70, because we're like, oh shit, that's hydroplane.
Like, he hit one turn. So, for those of you from the Bay Area, we're going from SFO, we're taking, 380 over to 280, instead of taking 101 up, which is what I would have done and what everyone else does. There's a turn to get on the freeway. Or to get on to 280 to go back, towards the city. He's doing 70 on this turn, and it's a turn you could do some speed going in dry conditions. It's not dry.
It is very
there are
wet.
Puddles, and after all this, he goes to make that turn, and I feel the ass of the car just slide. And I kind of look at him, and I'm like, dude, after all this is how it ends.
Oh, we're going to die in a taxi.
We're going to die in a taxi after all of,
Man, dude, you need to learn how to drive. So, we drifted the entire way.
Oh, yeah. But that one was the worst one. That one, the whole, I felt the rear tires weren't touching the road anymore.
We legit. And then, because it, on a curve, it's going to slightly tilt a little bit. That's what saved us.
Yeah.
That's what saved us.
So, luckily we finally make it home, make it to my place. We're chilling, But it just...
Yeah, it was a long day.
that is the same day. Yeah. And then we ended up just chilling at my house for a few days because it's spring break. Our boy comes up from, I think he was living in Salinas at the time.
Oh yeah, Raul.
We'll have him on at some point. But we're chilling, we went up, there's a pizza place, it's actually where I worked. there's a pizza place right up the way. We go get a couple pizzas, come bring back to the house, just chilling. We got the house to ourselves. And mind you, we're not party guys. Like, we're not going to throw a party or anything like that. That's not really who we are.
And it was, we had 2 weeks for spring training, or was it a week?
A week.
It was, we had the Boilermaker Invitational, so we had baseball tournaments we were doing too, so it's not like we were going to get hella crazy. On top of which, having a bunch of family members who are addicts, you tend to kind of F off.
And that's pretty much where we both were on that. Like, no.
Too much.
So we're just chilling, just the three of us at my house, watching TV, bullshitting, playing games, eating pizza. All of a sudden, you start hearing this.
It starts hailing super hard,
like,
and thick.
Like, to the point to where we looked outside and it's like, is it snowing? Like, there was a layer, like a good, close to half inch of hail, just not even melting, like solid on the ground. It's like, dude.
It looked like snow.
It looked like snow. So we're like,
let's run outside.
Let's run outside. I'm the first one out. I go out. First step on the step. Ooh, I grabbed the handrail, luckily. I almost ate it. I make my way down. He comes out after.
I come out.
Same thing.
I didn't eat it almost as bad as him. I was like, whoa. And then I went down the stairs.
So Raul was the last one to come out. And he could retell this story too from his point of view when we get him on here. But he books it down like the cross street. I'm like a couple houses up on the same street as the house. I turn back to him, hey, careful, it's slippery. And I swear to God, like, I finished saying the sentence and all I hear is
and then me from down the block.
And then
watch out, it's slippery.
After he hits watch out, it's slippery.
I didn't even know he ate it. Perfectly timed.
The whole thing was perfectly sequenced. I know no more than 2 seconds after I finished saying it, I hear him going down the stairs. And then no more than 2 seconds after he hits the bottom, he chimes in.
Perfect.
Couldn't have made that more perfect. Damn, we just completely went down a just storytelling.
I know, I was going to say something. We were going to go somewhere else with this, and I completely...
that's... If you haven't noticed, that's how our conversations go.
Yeah.
Like, what we're doing here is you are a part of an actual conversation that we have. These are how our conversations go.
They never stay on topic.
But if you pay attention, you can trace how we got to each topic.
Just... don't break that concentration, or
but if you stop listening for 30 seconds, you won't know where you are anymore. Is this the same one? What's going on here? But our whole goal here, just kind of breaking, because we're going to wrap up in a couple minutes, is our whole thing here is you are either a part of or an eavesdropper on our conversation.
Yeah, because we don't even know what the hell where we're going with this.
No, like we could, usually we don't have we're not overly prepared for the show each day, if you haven't been able to tell. Something that we do have to work on. But even then, we have an idea when we sit down, and that's where we start usually, and then 35, 40 seconds in, we're somewhere else.
I mean, you've heard it when we're especially when I'm trying to get a point across. I'll be down one road. Oh shit, let me explain this down this road real quick. And then we go back to
But then you don't go back to that road. You go around to another one. Yeah.
Where am I? The funny thing is, I will not get lost in a forest. When I'm speaking, I get lost all the time. Physically, I usually am good at wherever we are. Yeah, I know where we are. We're good. We're right here. Wherever that is, I don't know, but we're right here.
Yeah.
But I think we'll be coming out with one like Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah,
or some shit.
And then for those of you who haven't, and a lot of people haven't yet, we did do a reaction video last week.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna grab some more MREs
and
too.
It happened to be a really long one. Most reaction videos are like 5 to 15 minutes. We're over here 51 minutes, but
this is probably the only time we'll actually stay on a somewhat, a regular stop time, just because I gotta go. But other than that, it's going to be a lot like Rogan and some of these other ones where the end isn't really fixed, because
when it comes.
We're gonna blab until we run out of hot air, and a lot of times,
and that doesn't happen often.
We still got to get used to talking on here. That, believe it or not, we're not that smart, so it's gonna take some time. To be honest, most of the time the right brain runs shit. The left brain usually
it's just kind of there for a ride.
I worked all day. Let the idiot take control. And let me tell you, the right brain that's that guy's special. He's a special guy. But Wednesday, I want to talk about specifically 2 Bethesda properties that could be turned into. You can either do a TV series or break it up into mini series, and
let's be real.
Good shows.
Let's be real. Most of the time, you're better off doing a series, even if it's a limited run series. Well, it's only gonna be 2 seasons, or it's only gonna be this. You're usually better off in those situations doing that, or like going from novel. Like that's why Game of Thrones.
You can't do that. These people are stupid. You gotta.
I'm not saying they're not stupid.
You gotta have something that's already beginning, middle, and end. Because a lot of these people, they need to get their 2 cents in, and they don't know nothing.
That's
they
true.
want to ensure
that is true.
That it's the blandest it can be, so everyone wants to see it. And it's like, nah, that's not how movies work. But we're going to talk about that because there are IPs that could be turned into very good long-running shows, or you just segment them to their just one-offs. That way you're not locking yourself in, and it's easier to spend money, because on the first miniseries you spend that opening bread on that. You can run it for 3 seasons. If people like it, you can do 3 more, and by doing that you can cycle out writers, you can cycle out actors, and you have a whole new set of goals you can go off of. But the formula pretty much stays the same, and everybody's comfortable with it because it's all within the same universe. But I gotta get going because these trains be tripping, and we'll speak to you guys next time.
So Wednesday Wednesday we'll put out another quick episode, and we'll also probably knock out another reaction. So those of you on YouTube, check that out. Those of you on Spotify and listening to us, jump over our YouTube channel and just check out our reactions. You can watch us bullshit just like you listen to us. But like you said, like and subscribe, comment down below, let us know what's going on. Give us some stuff. We'll gladly take your input and bullshit about that topic, or whatever. But hey, take care. We'll talk to you later.
Yeah, peace out.